Welcome back to another episode of Faith in Home Buying, where I am equipping people of faith for the home buying process. We have such a wonderful, and I call it a wonderful market because there's so many things going up and down and changing and turning that if you didn't know anything about the housing market and you were trying to get involved and kind of put your hat out there, you already know that it's challenging, but it's a big learning process. And so today we're going to go over some stats, and I'm going to talk about some wins and even some offers or some homes that I have coming available. So those of you that are listening, and if it is something that is piquing your interest that I may mention, let me know. Hit me up. My email address, my website, which you can hit me up on there, is TamikaEllsworth.com, or that simply can call 408-561-7922. I just want to make sure I put that out there. You can catch me on Instagram, Tamika Ellsworth, or even on TikTok, real estate _T, where I have a lot of action going on over there. And I probably will do a live in a little bit, just talking about the market and talking about things. So let's get into it. I just have one verse really to read, and it kind of resonated with me, just based off of just current events and just time that we're in. But it's simple. I'm a Proverbs person, so I'm going to read a couple of versions though. But it's Proverbs 18:5. This is the TPT version. It is atrocious when judges show favor to the guilty and deprive the innocent of justice. I'm going to read another translation. Just let that resonate for you, in a little bit. But kind of like the NLT version of this one. But it is not right to acquit the guilty or deny justice to the innocent. Yeah. So I'm gonna let that just kind of resonate. I don't really have too much more to say on that, but at least just with that verse, I hope that all things in life, as it is with Jesus being very much a just God, when things happen that are wrong, hopefully, justice and things of that nature are served in the way that it should. If you do the crime, you do the time. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say with that. Anyways, let's talk about the housing market. I love the fact that I get stats. Yay. We haven't did stats in a little bit, and I figured let's do some stats here talking about the California housing market. Some interesting things to note. This is as of February 2021, California housing market. The sales dipped for the second month as price growth remained robust. So meaning that the prices are still going high. However, the amount of sales of homes, it did go down just a little bit. In California, just California in a whole, and you got to remember things outside of the, Silicon Valley and the Bay Area, it differs in price point, but this is kind of interesting. The median price point in all of California is now $699,000. That's pretty high when you look at a comparative and just overall, across the United States. But that is a 20.6% year-over-year increase. And so again, there's nothing like the California market when you see the year-over-year percent of increase. When we looked at the unsold inventory index, it actually went down. Before it was a little bit up, but right now, actually it went up just a little bit, but it's 2 months supply. So basically all the inventory that you have, we only have a 2-month supply. And guess what? That's been a reduction of about 44.4% year to year. So it's gone and it continues to go down, meaning we don't have a whole lot of homes, meaning that the supply of the homes is decreasing. So all you sellers out there, I'm telling you, if you've been on the fence about selling, now is a great time, at least for right now, until after maybe even into the fall time, to believe it or not, this is probably your time to shine. Also, what's kind of interesting, even if you're looking for a quick close, say for instance, you need to hurry up and get out of Dodge, the median days on market are 10 days. And so that's actually a big decrease because, most people would know, you could see a home 2 weekends and it's still there, but not right now. And I tell my clients anything between an average of 5 to maybe 11 days, it's probably either A, off the market, B, in a counteroffer situation, or has an offer already accepted. So, you got to move quick. And, hey, it helps because you kind of circles homes, but then it's not really good because, especially if it's your first time out, yes, you're looking at homes, but you got to be well prepared. And when I tell people about being well prepared, here's a little tidbit. If you are looking for homes and you're online, take advantage of the tours that they have, like the 3D tours on the home, on the property, because it's going to make a big difference on, even just you looking at homes and being able to, jump on a property, should it kind of fit your parameters. And I say this too, those that are kind of picky about, the homes and stuff and, what you're looking for, and this is the market for you, in order to purchase. I'd say anything that's, I'd say probably 80 to 85% or more on your list of like must-haves, that it is, a home that, has a great area. The blueprint or the footprint of the home is decent. You don't necessarily have to move any walls or, add on any space, but it can work for you for about 5 to 8 years. This is where you want to get in on. When I gave you those stats, year over year, 20.6%, that's telling you, at least for right now, that every year you're going to have at least a 20.6 increase in your property. And now remember too, every region is different. So, it may actually be a little bit higher, all depending on the region and the area you are, especially in the Silicon Valley and the existing areas. So just know, it's not time to kind of nitpick on things. If you truly want to buy in this market, it truly is for those that are not of the faint of heart and that kind of know what they want, and when they see it, they go for it. So, could take that with a grain of salt, or, continue to explore your options, right? So let's look at some more stats. Let's look at not the Central Valley. Let's look at the Bay Area. Okay, the Bay Area Housing Snapshot. Remember, this is as of February 2021. So year to today. So the unsold inventory just for like the Bay Area is 2.1 months. So a little bit higher than the average, but still, it's still a low supply of homes, and a really low supply of homes, but a great demand. But this is quite interesting. The sales price to list price ratio, and this is just in the Bay Area. So, just our Bay homes, 104%. 104.3%, 104.3%. So that's telling you that, yes, sales price is here. However, the list price is a lot higher for people paying for the homes. And that's over 4.3% on just an average in the Bay Area. So those, again, if this market is, if you are a buyer that's concerned with wanting to make sure that you get something under the sales price, well, this probably isn't the market for you. You might want to wait it out and see what ends up happening maybe a year from now. But just know, interest rates being as low as they are, they may creep up on you. And so what you may be qualified for in one season, you may not be qualified for in the next season. So just keep that in mind, okay? And so Bay Area, so let's look at sales real quick, right? So they said that sales has the smallest yearly growth in 7 months. And this is all, by the way, this is from California Association of Realtors information sheet. And if you are really interested in this kind of stuff and, want me to send it to you in document form, let me know. You can kind of hit me up on my website and I can send you over these stats, but pretty decent stuff. But sales have the smallest yearly growth in 7 months. That's kind of, it's concerning, but it makes sense because we don't have a whole lot of homes for sale, right? It also stated that sales growth dipped below 10% for the first time since July 2020. So ultimately, I mean, it's even more less homes coming on the market. I think it dipped at about 9.7. So it's not that much of a decrease, but still, that's just showing that even more so, we need more sellers out there selling their homes for buyers, right? And then also, let's look at this. So home sales by region. Okay, so you have your Central Valley. 20% of home sales were in the Central Valley as of February 2021. Wow. So a lot of people, as you know, are probably going outside the area. And then, Southern California, shoot, that's like 50%. So a lot of things happening in Southern California just because the prices are a little bit lower. And if you know anybody, I know quite a few people that have actually moved to Southern California because they got a little bit better price advantage just to stay inside California. But the Central Valley got 20%. The San Francisco Bay Area, 17% of home sales were in the San Francisco Bay Area. So that's pretty significant when you're looking at where people are buying. Central Coast is about 4%, far north 3%, and other counties kind of in between and around were about 6%. So people, again, we are still buying. People are still staying in California. They're leaving, but they're still staying in California. Prices, though, and this is one thing to kind of think about, and before we move on to our next segment, but California median price had back-to-back 20% price growth. Oh my goodness. Remember I said it was at 699,000. It's just crazy that it continues to go, and who knows, by the end of the year, maybe we'll get to 800 as far as a medium. I don't know. But the way that it's headed, you even have condos and townhouses median prices going up. We have condo and townhouse home prices going up. That's even crazier, because as of February of last year, it was 480,000 was median price point for townhouses and condos. But as of this year, February 2021, it's $530,000. Yeah, it bounced back and it's now at a record high. Stand by. We're going to be finishing up some stats, and then I'm going to go over some wins and some homes that I have available on the market coming soon. So this is Tamika Ellsworth with Faith in Homebuying, equipping people of faith for the home buying process. Stand by. Again for another part two. Let me finish up my housing stats because I really find these fascinating. And then we're going to go into some wins actually through social media. We're going to go through some wins from social media and then some homes that I have coming soon that might be of interest to you. So let's look at this. So I had talked about the condo townhouse median price bouncing back strong, setting a new record high of since February of 2021, $530,000 for median price all throughout California. That's phenomenal. And median price growth for single family homes, so we kind of know they continue to outperform that of condos. Most people are looking for single family homes versus condos, of course, and especially in this market, if they can afford it a little bit more than before, then obviously you're going to try to go for a single family home versus a townhouse for sure. But then also too, I think one of the best things to note, and I'm going to kind of move on from this, but let's see here, the mortgage payment growth. So you got to figure too, people are now having higher mortgages as well. So yeah, the home prices are going up, but this just kind of shows that most of it's not necessarily cash that people are buying homes with, all cash, that is. A lot of them are financing it because the rates being so low. So that's a really interesting point to note, that a lot of people, like if you're going into the market thinking that cash buyers are going to beat you out, not necessarily, not necessarily, not yet. However, it is those with strong loans that are coming through, maybe with a larger down payment versus 20%. That's why it's a little bit harder for those under 20% to get into homes, just because you do have people with a lot more money coming in, and they're able to adjust their loans and adjust their down. So if they're coming in with 20% down, they're able to adjust if there is a short in a appraisal contingency or things of that nature. to compete with someone that's maybe coming in with 5% down and doesn't have a lot of wiggle room to adjust. So that's something to think about too with regards to strength. Still not to say it's impossible, because I'm still getting those that are 5%, 3.5%, 10%, down payment. I'm still getting them in. And so I'm going to talk about that. And again, if you want this information, I can send it over to you. You can reach out to me on my website, TamikaEllsworth.com, or Instagram, Tamika Ellsworth. You could give me a call as well, 408-561-7922. All right, so let's talk about some wins and talk about how leveraging social media it has been a great win for, at least for this season. Don't know how longer it's going to last, but at least for right now, being able to leverage your relationships and the networks, especially as an agent, for your clients is huge. One case in example. I was able to get my client's offer accepted, with about 3 offers on, the home, and, deadline was actually set. And so my client, we wanted to be in Oakland. She wanted to be in Oakland. However, we were looking at Richmond and looking at other places, and we were set to have a deadline, for an offer set for a Richmond property. However, one came up in Oakland that was a little bit, a little bit higher price. It wasn't necessarily as transparent pricing as Oakland normally does. But when we saw it, it was, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in a great area of Oakland. And, the price point was right where she needed to. Looked at some comparables and said, you know what, hey, coming in at, X price, not too far over, would probably be a really good thing for this home. And so that it would appraise. And that she, because she didn't have a lot of money that she was working with, but she had a certain amount that she could kind of maneuver with. So that being said, called up the agent and, kind of knew him from online, and was able to make a great connection with the agent. It helps, granted, the agents are not the ones that make the decisions, it's the sellers, but it does help to have a little bit of rapport. We were up against someone that was more 15%, but we ended up, just advocating for my client, advocating the fact that, she actually did have a FHA loan, as a matter of fact, to 3.5%, putting down. And then FHA, which I've talked about before, look at some of my past episodes, but FHA is health and safety. It can't have any peeling paint. There's a lot of factors. Sometimes it can get really, really conservative on the, appraisals and the value. And that didn't happen here. And she didn't have to pay an arm and a leg over. Matter of fact, she didn't pay anything over the purchase price. And, it was really, honestly, just a great all around great deal, because not only was it able to help a frontline worker, nurse, it was able to help a single mom out as well for her first home. And boy, let me tell you, that has a lot of land on that home as well. So, Shay, congratulations to you, Derek. Extra we thank you as well for the that's Derek Lankfield. We thank you very much for your help and your assistance, and also to your seller for getting my client inside of their home. They're super excited. So that's one win. There's so many other wins. There's another win I had with, so those of you that don't know, on TikTok, if you kind of see me as real estate underscore T, and you see me on there, I do a lot of just creative things. You kind of see a little bit more of my personality, like if you don't hear it already on the radio, right? But and I love doing TikToks. I love just having fun, giving information in a just a different way, instead of just being so dry and boring. But if you catch me on their TikTok, I do lives. And on this one particular live, I had one young lady, and she reached out and she was like, she wanted home ownership, but yet she didn't have an agent in the Chico area. So I, talk with her. I said, hey, just DM me and we'll see what we can do as far as getting you connected to an agent in Chico. So she did. I found an agent in Chico, just a great agent, and the rest is history. I ended up securing her with an agent They secured a home in probably about maybe a month's time or so. And how amazing it was that she just recently closed on her home. So, Britt McCarthy, Real Estate, thank you very much over there in Chico for even your help and assistance in helping my client through TikTok get into a home. She's super excited, and I'm super excited for her. But again, the power of social media, the power of reaching out, the power of using a network is all important. And when you do look at agents, and if you're interviewing agents, that's just one key tip. How connected are they in social media? How connected are they in their networks? That does make a difference. Looking at off-market properties or being able to find coming soons, those are huge for those that are in this industry, to be able to leverage, get one offer against another. So don't be afraid to ask those questions, and don't be afraid to look up an agent. No joke. Like, Google is one thing. However, look them up on social media. Are they active on things? If you're listing properties, do they list the homes and properties that they have? Do they tell people about it? So those are things that you want to probably, make mention and, ask. And yeah, you'd be surprised. It does get you a long way. And I've had great success in making sure that, a lot of my clients have been able to capitalize on that. But let's talk about a little bit more. Let's talk about some homes that I have in the market that I believe would be a great fit for someone that's listening. And one of them is in Mountain View. We're finishing doing some repair work and just some paints and some cosmetic work on this particular home. And it is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, over 1,000 square foot house on a 5,700 square foot lot. It does have Los Altos High School, and there is room for expansion on this home. A lot of times what people do in this community, Gemello Village community, is expand the homes. So there is room for expansion on it. And the starting price that my sellers have agreed on, and it's still coming soon, it'll be ready probably in another 2 weeks, is $2,095,000. All right, so $2,095,000, and that's on Jardin Drive. If you want more of the address, just let me know. I can give you more details and more information, but that's on Jardin Drive in Mountain View. It does have Los Altos High School, which makes it very, very appealing, and it's in that nice traditional American style home neighborhood of Gemello Village. I do have another one in Hayward. Hey, East Bay, 1621 D Street in Hayward. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. It's about over 1,300 square feet, actually a little under 1,400 square foot home. The lot is over 8,000 square feet. So there's a lot of room for ADU potential and just extra space, extra room. And that's going to be listed probably about the 785 number, maybe a little bit higher, just depending on the market. So that should be ready in about another month or so, just FYI. There's another one. This one's more of a fixer. It's on Fronda Drive. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, over 2,000 square foot home on a 6,000 square foot lot. And this is kind of in the Evergreen area. It's going to be listed at $1,098,000. So that's pretty low in that area for that market for that type of home, but it is a little bit of a fixer. But either way, it definitely is a home that you can try to get your hands on. And other than that, I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. I do appreciate the callers and the support. I thank you. And if you want more information on these homes, please do let me know. Again, you can reach me at 408-561-7922, or you can catch me on my website, TamikaEllsworth.com. Hey, I'm all over social media. You can catch me there on Instagram or even on TikTok. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, I'm enjoying equipping people of faith for the home buying process, especially in this crazy seller's market. Thank you. God bless.